Hey there, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through step-by-step how to write your own ebook from start to finish using the new powerful AI technology called ChatGPT. So if you're not already familiar with ChatGPT, it's a large language model built on top of the GPT-3 platform by OpenAI. And all you have to do to get started for free is go to chat.openai.com, which I'll include as a link in the description below. And I'm also going to show you how to download the standalone app for both Windows and Mac. One of the nice things about this is that it's faster, it has a little bit more functionality, and that way you're not using the browser all the time. You'll actually have your own app that you can use. So in order to download that app, I'll leave a link in the description below, but you're going to want to go over to GitHub and then scroll down, and you can see here ChatGPT desktop application for Mac, Windows, and Linux. Depending on which operating system you're using, I'm on Windows, I can download this. If you're on Mac, you can download the DMG file, or Linux. They have Linux options available as well, along with more information about how to use it, which is very helpful. So yeah, see the link in the description below to download the standalone app for your operating system. But yeah, to get started, I'm going to show you the full outline that I've generated for my new ebook on how to launch a successful YouTube channel. So here it is. This is the entire outline for the book. Looks like there's about 15 chapters roughly. And I've generated this entire outline using ChatGPT. So in order to show you, I can come over here and open up the tab. So as you can see, I've been using it to do many different things. But we can simply come up here and I'll show you the prompt that I use. So I just asked ChatGPT, what are some of the most common concerns for those starting a YouTube channel? Provide 15 examples. And it quickly, within 5 seconds, listed the 15 difficulties that people have when they're considering launching a YouTube channel, right? So now, after that, I simply issued it the command, write a full book outline for each of the topics above. And one of the really neat things about ChatGPT is it will actually remember the command. So it'll simply take these key points and what happened to my camera? Okay, so it'll take these key points and then provide a full outline for you right here. So here's the entire outline. And then after this, it's the simple matter of writing a chapter for each one of these topics, which is exactly what I do in the next step here. Write a book chapter on the topic of overview of the common concerns for those starting a YouTube channel. And there's the book chapter. So it says, starting a YouTube channel can be challenging and overwhelming task, especially for beginners. There are many concerns and obstacles that beginners may face when starting their channel, and it's essential to be aware of these challenges before diving in. There it is. So now it's just a simple matter of copying and pasting this entire chapter. Of course, some of it is a little bit wordy and repetitive. So this section right here, I just removed because as you can see, it says difficulty. It just keeps repeating itself over and over again, which we don't really need. So I just took that part out of the chapter, and we can come over here. You will notice that the formatting is a little bit funky. So in Google Documents, all you have to do is highlight all of the text and then clear text formatting. So that will put it into a format that you can read easily. And then you can put in the spacing like so. Make sure it looks nice before you convert it into a PDF. So there we are. So there's the first chapter, which I've simply copied and pasted from ChatGPT, word for word. And then this part right here, I just want to remove. Take that out. And then it says, in this book, we will explore each of these concerns in depth, providing strategies and tips to help beginners overcome these obstacles and launch a successful YouTube channel. That's it. And then I've got the second chapter right here, right there. Difficulty coming up with consistent content ideas, which if I come over here, I can show you that. There's the second chapter right there. And sometimes it stops generating the text, um, in which case you just have to say continue and it will continue where it left off. So that's what I've done here. Keep going. And then it actually stopped again. So I said keep going, and then it continues where it left off, like so. And you can do the same thing with the standalone app for ChatGPT. As you can see here, I want to continue writing the chapters, right? So I'm up to chapter 8 so far. So I can come over to my book, my ebook document, scroll down, and make sure, okay, so all I have to do is take this latest chapter, simply copy paste, just like so. And there we go. So there's the next chapter. Make sure to remove the text formatting. And this part is a little time consuming, so you do have to actually, come in and put in the proper spacing, but much easier than writing the entire book from scratch yourself. And important to note that this is all plagiarism free. So ChatGPT doesn't have access to the internet. It's not pulling from Wikipedia articles or anything like that. I can actually take this text right here and run it through a plagiarism filter. So let's bring up a plagiarism detector. Check for plagiarism. And let's just see what it looks like. So here we go. We can put it into duplicate checker, looks like. It's 100% free and accurate. So let's simply put this text into duplicate checker and see if it is in fact plagiarism free. So here we go. Just going to copy paste that text in. And yep, that should be good. Now we just try it. Hopefully we don't have to create an account, but it looks like we do. So yeah, I think I'm going to skip this. Also, we can just ask ChatGPT, is this plagiarism free, right? And, oh, okay. Sometimes you have to log out and log back in again, which is a little bit annoying. We can ask over here, is this plagiarism free? I could spell plagiarism correctly. Okay, as an AI, I do not have the ability to plagiarize since all the information I provide is based on the knowledge I have been trained on. However, it is important to always properly cite any information that you use from external sources. If you're planning to use this content in academic or professional settings, blah, 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 okay? So, short answer is no, it's not plagiarized, right? So now all that we have to do to create the next chapter is come over to our outline, and I'm trying to remember what section I was on. So we got common challenges beginners face when trying to grow their audience, right? And there it is. So that's where I was. Now, if I want to write a chapter on the next one, I just say write a book chapter about, simply copy paste. That's it. So now it's going to write chapter 9 and shouldn't take too long. Usually takes about a minute or two, depending on the, how overwhelmed the server is, because obviously there's a lot of people using this technology right now. It's getting a ton of press. So yeah. And after this, after the entire book is written, all you have to do is go to File and then download as a PDF right here. You can also download it as an EPUB, which is what you'll need when you're putting the book up for sale on, let's say, Amazon, for example. You're going to need that as well as the PDF. So in order to put it on Amazon, you have to use Amazon KDP. So this is the website, direct publishing right here. So simply sign in and upload the documents, and it usually takes about 2 to 3 days to get approved on Amazon. So let's see how it's doing so far. Okay, so there's the next chapter. Copy paste over here, paste it in, removed the text formatting, and put in the proper spacing. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So you can write an entire ebook in a day, less than 3 to 4 hours, basically, depending on how many pages it's going to be. So far, my ebook is about 8 pages, and I want to try to get it up to about 30 or 40. So I've got another, however many chapters, should be pretty easy to hit that. So yeah, next step, simply come over here, same exact process, write a book chapter about, and it's that easy. And obviously, it would be nice to have some pictures in the ebook as well. There's different tools you can use for that. But in this case, an ebook doesn't have to be very long. It can be 10, 20, 30 pages, as long as it's packed full of valuable information, such as this book. You shouldn't really have any issues getting buyers. So I actually already have an ebook on Amazon that I've written with ChatGPT. Here it is, the Digital Nomad's Handbook right here. I'm selling it for $3, and then that's the Kindle version, and then the paperback for $9. So this is a perfect example of one that I've already written. And if I want to see how many sales it has so far, last time I checked, it was about 2 sales, which isn't very many. But I think this ebook can potentially do a lot better. So we can click on orders here. And then, yeah, 2 units ordered, which is really not very good. I'm not sure why that is exactly. It seems like it would have more sales than that by now. But at least it's on Amazon. And over time, people are going to start finding the book and buying it. And of course, the more ebooks I put up there, the more chances I'll have to actually get sales. So let's come back over here and see the next chapter. So there's chapter 10. And by the way, please don't copy my ebook. I would really appreciate it. Obviously, you can just steal this idea from me, but it's best to come up with something on your own. So, and obviously, you want to make sure that each chapter is on its own page as well when you put it up there. So again, remove text formatting. Make sure each chapter is on its own page. I recommend making this bold and then putting in the proper spacing. And of course, before you put it up on for sale on Amazon, it's a good idea to proofread the entire book. Make sure there's no typos. Make sure everything makes grammatical sense. But when you're just getting started, I recommend just creating it, and then you can proofread it later. So the next section is on difficulty monetizing their channel, overview of the different ways to monetize. So this one should be interesting. Write a book chapter about same exact strategy. And there we go. So it's right in chapter 11. Monetizing a YouTube channel is an important step for creators who want to turn their passion into a career. However, beginners may struggle with understanding different ways to monetize your channel and may not know where to start. In this chapter, we'll provide an overview of the different ways to monetize a YouTube channel so you can start earning money. This is not an easy process because it took me 2 years to finally monetize my channel, and I'm actually still waiting on payment from YouTube, which should come in the next few days. But you need 1,000 subscribers, which is what it says right here, and 4,000 hours of watch time to actually finally start making money from your channel. So it could take a few months. It could take multiple years, depending on whether people like watching your content, how many subscribers you have, how many watch hours. So yeah, this is definitely a sticking point for a lot of people that want to launch a YouTube channel. So it just goes into more detail. You can use sponsored content. You can use affiliate marketing, links in the description where you get paid for signups, merchandise, selling products and services. Monetize your channel by offering a paid membership, subscription, or donation, which I have as a feature on my channel. You can join and become a paid subscriber. So yeah, let's just take that chapter and put it in there. Again, same exact process, remove the text formatting. It is a little bit tedious, but much easier than writing your own ebook from scratch, obviously. So let's just do this thing, make that bold, put in the proper spacing. And so far, we're up to about 10 pages, so we're about a third of the way toward my goal of 30 pages. And next section, tips for reaching the threshold of views and subscribers required to start earning money. Very important. Write a book chapter about, copy paste. So here we go. It's thinking, it's processing the request. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go get a sip of water. Okay, I've got my water and it's writing the next chapter for me. So chapter 12, tips for reaching the threshold of views and subscribers. Can be challenging for beginners, can be challenging for anyone. However, by following the right strategies and tactics, creators can increase their chances of reaching the threshold and start earning money from their content. They'll provide tips for reaching the threshold. So one of the most important tips is high quality content that resonates with your target audience. This includes understanding your interests, target's audience's interests and needs. Another tip is to optimize your videos for YouTube's search engine, SEO. Another tip, promote your videos on social media platforms. Always good advice. And here you can see that it is simply saying another tip, another tip, another tip. So in this case, I recommend just using a numbered list or bullet points rather than repeating another tip over and over again. So while it's writing that chapter, I'll show you an example up here where I've done just that. So if I scroll down, you can see here. This is a case where I just turn that into a numbered list. I can make these bold as well, but I don't think it's really necessary. So yeah, I recommend that in order to make it less repetitive. So it's almost finished. There we go. Oh, okay. So now it actually didn't finish that point. So I can say, keep going, and it will continue where it left off. See? Creating viral content, blah, 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 blah. And now it should almost be finished. We can take this part of the chapter right here. Obviously, they're still working out some of the bugs with ChatGPT. It's relatively new. There we go. And then we can simply continue where it left off. Right there. Boom. So now that chapter is finished. And then again, same exact thing. Take that, make the chapter bold, and oops. And obviously, you can fix this up as you go along. Maybe make the font a little bit bigger so that it's more pages. Just think back to college when you had to write an essay and you wanted it to be a certain number of pages. You can simply increase the font size because right now it's quite small. So we can make this 14, and there we go. So now I've taken it from 10 pages to 17 pages just by increasing the font size. There we go. And we can actually just come in and remove text formatting for the whole thing. So now it's 12 pages, but it reduced the font size again. So now 14 and it's 17 pages again. So That's pretty much all there is to it. And then once this entire ebook is finished, once you've written it out in Google Docs or whatever you use for typing, could be WordPad, Notepad, whatever you want to use. I prefer Google Docs. Um, you can simply just download it as a PDF and also an EPUB and publish straight to Amazon, for example. Also, another important thing is you need to come up with a really catchy title for your ebook. So right now, mine is just called Zero to YouTube Hero, which I don't know, it's kind of cheesy. So I can also just come over here and say, write a compelling, for example, title for an ebook about launching and scaling a successful YouTube channel. And let's see what it comes up with. Skyrocket your YouTube success. Proven strategies for launching and scaling a profitable channel. I kind of like that. But I don't know, maybe it has a better one. So you could just type another one and it will come up with another one. The ultimate YouTube blueprint. Launch, scale, and monetize your channel for maximum success. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's pretty catchy. I like the word blueprint. Not sure how I feel about ultimate, but I like this as well. So that's definitely better than what I have over here. So we can just put that in as a title. It might be a little bit wordy, I would say. What about YouTube Success Blueprint? Kind of like that. So that's going to be a keyword, obviously, that people will be searching for on Amazon. And then launch, scale, and monetize your channel. We could put YouTube in there again. So now we're using 2 keywords instead of 1. YouTube Success Blueprint. Launch, scale, and monetize your YouTube channel in 2023. But if I say in 2023, it will be outdated. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's much better. So I can use that as the title. And then let's say I want to make a title page, right? Simply just put this at the second page. And then obviously we can create a book cover as well using Canva or something. But for now, let's just make that the title page. Make it bold if you want to. Oops. No, I think that looks great. Yeah, that's definitely better. And now it goes into the ebook itself. Sure, that's on the second page. And then you just have to go through and do the proper formatting. And while you're writing the ebook, while you're modifying some things, you can keep writing the ebook at the same time. So write a book chapter about advice on finding brand deals and sponsorships. So while that's typing along, I can come over here and continue fixing up some things on the ebook. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Do the formatting, a little bit of multitasking while it's typing the book. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You can also use the app as well. Again, I'll include a link in the description below where you can get access to that. It's a free download. And ChatGPT is still free as well. I also have a full course about it on Udemy. So here it is. It's called the ChatGPT Masterclass. Highly recommend signing up for this course. It's very cheap, and you can just get access to it on Udemy. So once it loads here, this is the full course. There's about 3 hours of content in here, so lots to learn. And here's the intro video, and then you can just watch the full course. I basically talk about how to use it to create a free newsletter, write an ebook like I'm doing now, create a YouTube channel, create an online course, blah, blah, blah. Find remote jobs with ChatGPT. Everything is here. So I'll leave a link to this in the description below where you can sign up. There's 3.5 hours of content with 45 lectures, and I'm going to be adding more over time. So far, it has 13 students, which is better than nothing. So yeah, now that that's finished, we can put the next chapter in, and I think that's where I'm going to leave this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one.